Let's hit the recording being happening. That's it, got it. Got it. All three computers now understand we're recording. So we always look at the crowd. I'm so excited. Welcome back to Tuesdays or food. I don't know which it is. We always try to bring something that will bring value to you. So I learned a very valuable lesson yesterday. Have you all ever used that spray foam you put into a crack and it expands and fills the area? I would suggest wearing gloves because it gets everywhere. I've been picking this stuff off. It's like when I used to do glue in 4th grade and put my hands and use off. Also, fun fact, did you know confetti is Italian, or I mean it's plural for confetto? So congratulations, back to Tuesdays. That's a confetto, not a confetti. All right, on to normal stuff. Hey, as you get ready to meet somebody, we've reduced it down to 30 seconds and you need to grab a pen. So if you got one, great. If not, there's some over by the burritos. You got 30 seconds to meet somebody. Go. Nice to meet you. I think I've met you before, but I don't remember. Ron introduced Christian Festival.
Are you down around the corner? 30 seconds.
How many of you before have heard about MVVBT? I'll wait until we get settled in. Maybe 30 seconds isn't enough because you all are so social. We may have to go back to that.
We need to go find some.
We may need some. Does everybody have a writing utensil? Actually, there used to be a whole stack of them and then they disappeared.
All right, I will be back with pens.
If only we had some vendors or affiliates with pens, maybe.
I was just going to say, I'll bring all the pens next week.
All right. So while Shannon's getting pins for you, we've always talked about our MVVBP, but if you notice, there's an extra P now. MVVBP is our mission, vision, values, belief, and purpose. And now they've actually added perspective. So there's actually another one in there. But today, we're looking at the purpose. And I played the video again that we haven't seen in a while on the place where entrepreneurs thrive. Our goal is that you use real estate to do other things and build your life bigger. So that's one of the main focuses we have throughout the year. And all of our vendors and affiliates, look at this crazy list. We have tons of people that are part of our program. Let's see. Everybody, give us a 20-second who you are, what you do. Where should we start? Let's go right here, Kevin.
Right. Hello, Kevin Kohler, Allstate Insurance. I provide all property casualty needs. One of the big things that is going on, big changes with insurance. A lot of companies are moving from fixed rate deductibles into percentage-based deductibles, and that's a big change. Allstate, we have one of the best home products in the market, and we do keep our fixed rate deductibles for right now, so please take advantage of it. Thank you.
Anybody else on this side? Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, Cole Keeling, USA Mortgage. I am hosting a Realtor Mastermind on Thursday at Harris Pizza at 11 a.m. Free lunch for anybody that wants to show up. Love to see any of you guys there.
The Sweet and Sassy Pizza is one of their best ones I've ever had. Anybody on the back row? Come this way. Do we have a joke?
Good morning, everyone. Bryant Young, Insurers of the Ozarks, your friendly local insurance agent. Grasshopper walks into a bar. Bartender looks at him and says, "Hey, I got a cocktail named after you on the menu." Grasshopper looks at him and says, "You have a cocktail named Steve?"
Thank you. A termite goes in the same bar. He says, "Is the bartender here?"
Hey, hey, that's pretty good. Thank you.
Down the row. Second little punch up. I like that.
Adam McGrath with Paragon Insurance Agency. We just appreciate helping your buyers figure out their insurance options.
And Derek.
All right, Derek Chang, home loan expert, Mid-Missouri Bank, right across the parking lot here. I'm here for all of your home loan needs.
And Jess.
Jess Bowman Insurance Group. Insurance is kind of crazy right now. I don't know if you guys have heard. It kind of sucks, honestly. But everyone who has a mortgage has to have it. So if we can help you guys figure out options, we would love to help you guys. Thanks.
Try owning a Florida property. Oh, it's real.
Of course.
Hi. Hi, I'm Christina Ferrante with 417 Home Loans. I'm your lending lady for life. I wanted to let you guys know that refis have kind of sprung off a little bit, which I know that Derek can agree with. But some people were holding off. So go ahead, talk to your favorite lender, see if it's the right time to refi, because just because they're getting stuff in the mail doesn't mean it's time to go. So.
Did I miss anybody? Okay, we also want to take a moment and say thank you to those of you that sponsored during Bold. This is all the different vendors and affiliates that helped us. Bold, if I remember the count right, we put $4.1 million of volume under contract or into listings during the Bold series. So thank you to these people who made it possible. Let's give all of our vendors and affiliates a round of applause. And who was the last winner of the Vindy?
That was me, Mike.
You have more choices now.
I know. I have so many options today. I don't know who to give it to, because I know Christina, Kevin, and I were getting pretty tired of carrying this thing around. But I want to give it to Adam today, not because he's a great insurance agent, but because he loaded my kids up with candy this weekend at an event. So.
Okay, and Megan was last week's culture winner for the Steffes Award, and here's what she said about the winner for this week. Since transferring over, this person has wholeheartedly embraced KW culture, demonstrating exceptional teamwork and a positive attitude that inspires everyone around her. Her willingness to go above and beyond for her clients and contribution to our community exemplifies the value that KW represents. Her enthusiasm and dedication has not only enriched our team, but has also made a lasting impact on our office culture. She truly deserves this recognition. Congratulations, Robin Kramer. Not here, so we need to text her. Here's her phone number, and you're gonna need your phone for an exercise later anyway. Just no Candy Crush while you're in here. 417-300-2918. 417-300-2918. Congratulations to Robin. Okay, also on culture. The big thing on our growth call yesterday was how many of our KW people were right in the path of Hurricane Helena. Is that how you say it? Helena. Including the entire town of Asheville, North Carolina, which is Coach Molly's home. So what they've asked, and Mo got on and actually led an urgent plea. We have a thing called KW Cares, which helps all around the country. It actually has semis full of stuff sitting in our warehouses waiting to go on when this stuff is needed. They're asking every market center to try and donate $4,000. To do that, that is $8.65 per agent. So if you'd like to, here's the QR code to donate to it. I'll do this up for a second so you can scan it. But it was so interesting to hear Mo talk, because she was talking about the immediate things, and then she said, and you know, as the realtors with all this water, what comes next is the mold, and then the sicknesses and the health things. So as a KW community, their goal is to raise $3 million and get it to these people in need. And I don't know if you were aware of that. If anything ever happens around here, KW Cares is there for you as agents. So our culture is our driving force of everything. So I want to make sure this is out there for everybody. If we can hit the 4,000, I think that'd be great. And like I said, that's $8.65 per agent. Okay, onward. Do we have an onward person down here? We're juggling lots of things upstairs with getting everything back together again. I do know that we have all these things available, and this is the fall promos that Kadi is running. So if you need someone to help with a listing package or open house package, or a mini media thing through your social medias and your branding bundle, talk to Kadia. She'll get that for you. That way you can spend more time with clients or out showing homes or all those different things. Also, don't call people you're not supposed to. Do not get sued. Jim, what do we have?
Renewal's over. So if you didn't renew your license, you're done. We will be sending it back to the state today. If you're up there listening and you haven't renewed yet, sorry. Not sorry.
No, we did everything we could to talk to everybody. The ALC took a huge leap on that and reached out to everyone. And we did have some people who just said, I can't keep doing this, or I don't want to. So we do have a few, and I'll talk about that later on in the meeting today. But yeah, it's a new day, October 1. You're good for now until 2 years from now. So Jim, what should they do right now?
They should be starting their CE.
Exactly.
It's still $45. You go and get it done right now. Yeah, sit back and relax.
Anything you do from here counts for 2026. Wow, that's a long way away.
So the deal is too, I mean, they gotta understand, we send the license back to the state, we also send it, and they're out of the MLS as of today.
Yeah.
So whether they have anything or not, and they just can't practice real estate. If they practice real estate, I think it's up to a $10,000 fine. If you do that without a license, I don't care if you're licensed for 20 years and then didn't renew, you still get fined.
And you get to go back and take all the classes and the test again.
And MRE's really tough when it comes to this, practicing without a license. So
And
we'll
especially
be out driving around today putting Jim Bowling signs up.
Kidding, but not kidding. We may have to take some sign riders off. Okay, I added this, that actually we had some people request this, and I thought that's a great idea because my memory, I do these reports every Monday at 7, and by Tuesday and Wednesday, I forget which way the numbers went. So we added arrows. So you can see what the number is compared to last week. Crazy thing, look how every area, new contracts went up. Everywhere. So I think the interest rates coming down and the more inventory helped with that a lot. This is compared to last week, but again, the numbers will help you on that from now on. And this is compared to last year. Same story we've had forever. It's just kind of the same cycle. We're back to the market before COVID hit. If you look at these, let's just jump to the next one. We actually went down. We were at 2,111 active listings last week. We're at 2,069. In 2019, it went from 2,034 to 2,168. So it jumped that week. But again, we'll just watch the trends and we'll see what's going on with it. But there are more homes to choose from. For example, this same time last year, there were 1,400. 2022, there were 1,300. 2021, there were 900. So there are 2,000 homes to choose from. All different types. You will notice they're staying longer on the market. Gives you more time. Your buyers can actually think through things instead of having to buy it immediately. Nicole, what's out from the tech world?
Hi, good morning. Back to Tuesdays at 9:30. We love it. I just want to say, so I did mention this last week, there is some new updates to our website builder. So that's just continuing to get better and better for your agent websites that you have within KW Command. The other thing I do want to note is I am still doing tech office hours on Mondays at 10 a.m. in room 5. So Monday Morning Madness, we have put to a halt because Ignite is coming in a couple weeks. So come see me on Mondays at 10 a.m. for any of your tech questions or issues or anything that I can do to help you in conference room 5.
Very cool. Thank you much. And this is a time as you get ready for the new year to reset some of your stuff. So if there's something you said, I'll do that later. Now's the time. Get with Nicole. She can help you through that. Okay, Realtor Weekly. Guess what? You should have read your email. Why? Because we did a survey a few weeks ago and asked what things you like and don't like for team meetings. And we took that all seriously. One of the things you all said is, if there's things that are coming in emails, unless it's very, very important, we don't need to be reminded. So, and actually, I think with the new communication thing from GSBR, they don't send slides out anymore. Our goal when we put together a team meeting is to hit all 4 different types of people. How many of you have heard of DISC before? Okay. I hate every one of these sort of analysis because my answer to everything is it depends. So I don't like any answers, but these things I always trend on the I side, which means I'm either inspirational, interactive, and interesting, or impulsive and irritating. So it goes either way. But we try and build these team meetings so that every type of person has something that they get benefit from. So in other words, if you enjoy the entire team meeting, I'm doing my job wrong. There's going to be parts of it you don't like because we're trying to get things that help everybody. So yes, we take your opinion seriously and we want to make it what you want, but also realize it's not going to fit. Everything's not going to be perfect for you because we're trying to hit a wide variety of people and make it encouraging for everybody. The one thing everybody said they liked was food. So we got the biscuits and burritos for you today. This is the team meetings for this year. Another thing that was said a lot is they love the ALC teaching during the 6 personal perspective. So guess what? ALC is going to be doing all the different levels of the shift book. There are 12 different tactics for a real estate market that's changing. If you don't have a shift book, we have some up at the front. I'd go ahead and get one because each time on team meetings starting from October 15th on, you can take notes as the ALC is teaching through this. It's going to help you with the different changes coming on. And there's spiral ones, there's normal ones. But this should be right next to your MREA book and more importantly, your MREI, the investor book. But those are up front, so make sure you got those. Whole new team meeting list. There's a schedule of them over there near the burrito so you can take one home so you know what's going on. And here's the October calendar. Nicole, if you want to help me with anything on here, I know we have the Halloween cook-off. I actually got a slide coming up on that. Anything else of importance we want to point out besides James Shaw and the Business Planning Clinic?
Yeah, those are my two big ones. Also, if you notice, we are doing another real estate revolution. So October 18th, we're still putting together the last minute details. Rachel has been on vacation and she's kind of our spearhead for that. So we will have more information on that probably the end of the week, beginning of next week. But it is October 18th. We do have a location, which is 425 downtown. So get that on your radar. Eventbrite links will be sent out just like last time. So keep that on your calendar. The other big thing is, of course, yeah, that chili cook-off and costume contest. And we have free agent headshots again with a Randall
Cartwright.
Yes, I was like, I know it starts with a C. So yeah, he's coming and he's gonna be doing our headshots this time. So get signed up for that. All of the links, I did post this last night on the internal page, so you can find every single link for every single training and event that we have in October.
Very cool. And we will talk some about James Shaw this Thursday. There is more parking available at the church this time. We have permission, so you don't have to park at the strip club unless you have a reserved spot there already. Go ahead and feel free to park there. Halloween chili cook-off and costume contest. We need lots of different chilies. And it can be different kinds of food too, can it? Didn't we have some soups or something before?
Paulina usually makes her pickle soup, which actually everybody loves. It's not quite chili is what we say, but it is very delicious. But you can also sign up to bring like sour cream or cheese or bowls or spoons and stuff like that. It's a super fun event. Just note, we did move it back to lunchtime. So stop by the Market Center, hang out with everybody. If you want to dress up, because that is actually Halloween. Super fun. And we've got awesome prizes that my wonderful event planning committee has put together. So it's a little different this year than it has been in years past. So come join, celebrate. It's going to be so much fun with lots of chili and costumes.
And Paulina's Pickle Soup has won some nationwide awards. In fact, it's quite a big deal. Okay, going on. James Shaw this week. Let's listen to him real quick. I'll get to somebody serious before we get on to that.
Is that the part where we don't know?
Hey, it's James Shaw, founder of Pivot Shift Ahead and KW Master Faculty. Thanks so much for taking a second to watch this. You know, the market right now is different. This year, last year, about 4 million transactions. That's down 2 million units from just a couple of years ago. There's definitely less opportunity, but it doesn't mean your opportunity is less. It's about you taking advantage of the opportunities in today's market. And that's why we're bringing RISE to you. It stands for Real Estate Inspiration, Strategy, and Execution. So many agents are addicted to information and allergic to implementation. And we're trying to change that. We want to give you specific strategies and show you how to implement in the 4 key areas that are getting agents tripped up right now. First, mindset, yours and your clients. How do we get our mindset right about the opportunity in the market? Number 2, it's lead generation strategies and activities. What specific plays can you run right now to get the best results? We'll give you actual examples and step-by-step strategies to go implement so you can reach your goals. And then we'll talk about the market itself. Like, do we truly understand how to explain today's market to a consumer so that they understand their opportunity within it? I know interest rates are higher and different things are happening, but if they see the big picture, would they take action? Well, we've got to become that economist of choice for them. So we'll walk through how to do that. And then finally, next, how to manage the money. So many of you have less money coming in and maybe more going out. How do we balance that out so we can take advantage of the financial opportunity right now? So I hope you'll join us for RISE. It really is a different program, something you've never been to before, where you'll walk out with, look, tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and run this play and do that so that I can get this result. That's what it's all about. So I hope to see you there.
So James Shaw is a nationwide presenter. We are very fortunate to have him here with us. It's going to be incredible, and he is fun to listen to. He was a little drier on this video because it went out to a lot of different places. Full screen. But he will be great, and it'll help you get mindset going. Because I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they're like, I'm just sort of burnt out. I said, James will help you get that fire going again. As I say, we get built up with stuff, and then it leaks out. As humans, we leak, and we need more motivation, more energy. So this is a great way to fill yourself again.
One last thing. So I know that I keep saying this too. We only have 2 major trainings left before the end of the year. So I totally get it. Like holidays and stuff are coming up. You're all bogged down with like events and trainings and all of these things. But if you're going to put 2 trainings on your calendar for the rest of the year, these two are the ones to do. So I highly, highly, highly recommend get yourself set up for next year. Same with business planning clinic. That'll also help you set your goals and get you on that level that you need to be hit come January 1.
And business planning clinic, this is the info. We're going to hit that here in a little bit. Greater Heartland Summit, this is like mega camp at a regional level. It is at the Chateau, November 17th, 18th, 19th. 17th is a welcome party. 18th is all day. 19th is a day and a half. So if you can get to that, it's like going to mega camp, but it's within a day's drive. It is so valuable for others also. If you're not in KW every day, you don't see the value. Most brokerages just talk about real estate and sales and contracts, and they don't see the bigger picture of life. We want to share our big picture with others. So here's the deal I'm going to give you. This does cost $249 to go to it. If you find another agent from another company that will be willing to go with you, we'll cover your cost and their cost. Okay, it's got to be what's called a capping agent. Use about 8 deals a year. But if they're not quite there, we want to help them grow and learn a bigger life. So keep that in mind. November 18th, 19th. If you can't make it to the 17th, don't worry. It's a day and a half. It would be worth it. And we think it'll help other people too. So just keep that in mind. Okay, today's focus is getting ready for the business planning clinic next Wednesday. So there's some papers out in front of you. You'll need in a second. Not yet though. But this came out on Springfield Business Journal yesterday, and it's actually linked to CNN. A new report illustrates just how stuck the housing market is. And I'm not going to go through the whole details of this, but it talks about how frozen buyers and sellers were all of 2024. So in other words, if you felt like it's been hard this year, you're right.
No, yes, it's been hard.
We had an amen in different words to agree with that. We had 18 agents not renew. That many said, I can't do this, it's too hard. There's too much going on and I can't do it all. Again, I'm not going to go through all this because I never know where they get, this came from Redfin, so you never know what the info is. But the problem is everybody's stuck and frozen. And that means that it's hard for us to get through the conversations with them, help with the other things. So that is why we want to help you get ready for next year through the business planning clinic. And that's a deceiving name for it, okay? So where do we begin with a business planning clinic for next year? Look at these things and what is most important for you for 2025. Things listed here are your spiritual life, your health, personal life, key relationships, your job, your business, and your finances. And some of you will be able to fill some of this out today, but take these papers with you as you get ready for next week. These all come from the book called The One Thing, which puts them into big different circles of our life. And the main question it asks is, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? And what's the answer for that in your spiritual life, in your physical health, in your finances, personal life, business, job, relationships? What can you do and how can you prepare yourself? Because like we just said, it's been a mentally hard year. It's been a business hard year. People are worn out. And I understand why so many people said, I can't do anymore. 18 from here, where we reached out and called everybody 3 or 4 or 13 times. I'm curious to see by the end of this month, how many agents dropped out totally. By the way, just so you know, because of people dropping out and they projected it, MAR is raising your monthly dues next year $33. Just a heads up on that. So, because they're projecting how many people are getting out. So here's the thing. What's on your calendar will determine what you do business-wise and life-wise next year. How do you know where your best energy should go? And isn't this weird? Everything in Keller Williams sounds like it's business, but it's about life. If we get the life things right, then the business will help fund that. And pardon me while I go through my notes here real quick too. So what we're going to do on that week is, or on next Wednesday, is look at the key areas of what should be done in your life. How many days per year do you desire to work? This is sort of your homework to get ready for next year. How many of you joined real estate so you can work 24 hours a day, every day of the year? But do we do that? Do we set ourselves boundaries? We don't. We just say, go, go, go. It'll get slower next week. It'll get slower next week. Or I got to do more. What's on your current schedule? What could you stop doing that no one would notice? More importantly, what can you stop that everyone that matters would notice? Not that everybody would notice, but everybody that matters. In other words, what are we doing to prepare your whole life for 2025? And what can we do to help fund that through the business? Okay, one other thing on this, it might be coming up in a second also. How many of you from day one block out your vacation for the next year? So in January when Cassie does, if you don't, guess what happens?
You don't get
The
one.
busyness overtakes you. You know, we're one of the few countries that doesn't use all of our vacation days. We think there's a pride and an ego thing in overworking. And that's killing us. And we've got to figure out how to get balance to our life. So that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about. So these are things to think about ahead of time. How many days per year do you desire to work? Right now, think about all the holiday things. How many of you have kids in high school or elementary? They don't take any calendar time, do they? No, we got to plan for that stuff. I got a grandbaby coming in March. I'm definitely planning on that stuff. Little TJ is going to go to Disney. Okay, maybe not this year, but at some point. Okay, so here's something very interesting. This is for Apple people. If you're an Android, I don't know if it works or not. Grab your phone. And I'm going to find your settings. I got to do mine as we go too. I did this yesterday so I could find it. And then under settings, just go to the search bar and type screen time. And then it should show something like this. It'll show a bar, and it can change from daily to weekly. It can go on down. Let me see. You can change it to see all. Let me find it. Hit the thing that says see all app and website activity. This will show where your life's going. Number one thing that I spent the most time on yesterday, text messaging. Then Facebook. Then McDonald's. Wait a minute, no. You can change this from day to week. But it's pretty freaking scary to see what we're doing with our time. And then, what's that?
Candy Crush.
Oh,
no. Are you winning? So, this is just sort of a window into what's really going on with us. The data doesn't lie. The path is in the math. What are we doing to help make sure we fund the life we want next year? Okay, now that's where it gets a little scarier. What does your 2025 cost? How much is it going to cost you for food for the next year? Any of you ever use it? I use Quicken, and at the end of the year, you can run a report and it'll show how much you've spent on each different category if you categorize stuff. I looked at how much I'd eaten out one year, and I'm like, I could have bought something really nice for that amount. Why? Because I'm too lazy to make my own sandwich and I go to Subway. Look at the things we do on that. How much does it cost for your shelter, your clothing, charity? If you're not giving back, I would encourage you. If you start giving, God will bless you more than you can ever imagine. Insurances, those pesky insurance agents in here. Over here, boss. Because it's much more expensive to not have it. Lifestyle. You want to just get by, or do you want to have the lifestyle you want? Savings, taxes, your future. I'm starting to think, okay, TJ's going to go to college in 18 years. What can I do to help with that? Investments, education, travel, experiences. You got to start making a plan for what you want your 2025 to look like, and then we figure what you got to do to make that amount. In other words, it is not, I'm going to sell this number of units and this number of volume to get a plaque from the board or a little, what do you call them? Piece of paper, certificate. If that's why you're doing it, that shouldn't be. We want to help you fund your life. Okay, so on the tables in front of you or around you, there's this paper. This will help you get ready for next week, and you'll get much more benefit from the business planning clinic. And by the way, Jen Davis is teaching it, and a guy named Tim Beverly, who is my coach, Erica's coach, several of us in here. It's going to be top notch to help you get ready. So the first questions on here, these are yes or no's. I create and use a business plan as a daily, monthly, annual, and long-term guide to run my business. I would even say you need to run your house like a business. Do you look at your expenses each month? Do you know how much you're paying for streaming services you don't use? Do you know how much you're spending on this or that? Now, sometimes there's leverage. I will never go without a lawnmower or a housekeeper again. There's something so nice about working a long day and coming home and the yard is mowed. To me, that's a valuable thing. So there's nothing good or bad or right or wrong. It's what works for what you need. Number two, I've created a business plan and intend to learn and understand and use it more effectively. And if your answers are no to these first four, that's fine. We're going to help you figure this out. Number three, I'm fairly new to real estate and new to business planning. And number four, I'm on a team and I am new to business planning. This is just to kind of help you get your stuff put together. Now, some of these things you'll just need to take with you and do as homework. That way you're ready for next Wednesday. The numbers. Now, remember the screen we just looked at. All these different things your 2025 is going to cost. The amount of money I need to pay for my lifestyle and get out of debt. What if you could start 2026 debt free? Let's plan on that now and go for that. Number two, my business expenses annually. And again, this is all homework. You might need to look back at the things you spent. My typical commission fee. And that is all in your KW reports. If you don't know how to get to those, any of us from leadership would love to show you. It shows you every month from the moment you join this company. So if you've been here, actually, I think it only goes back about 10 years because it blocks off, or maybe it's 14. But it will help you see where you're spending and how much commission's coming in. Number four, how many listing appointments have you gone on this last year? Last year means 2023. What is this? 2024. Number of buyer appointments gone on this last year, 2024. Number of listings sold. Number of buyers sold. Number of names in my database. Nicole, they should all have 201 or more, correct?
Yes, they should on a smart plan.
Yes. What, can you go back again and tell them why the 201 number became important?
Yeah, so Keller Williams and our systems and our models is basically that you are building relationships with your database, right? If you don't have a database, you don't have a business. And if you don't have a business, then what are we doing? But the biggest thing is, as long as you have over 201 contacts that are in your database that you are constantly giving information to or giving value to through what we call smart plans, which majority of that is automatic, then you can earn an average of $119,000 per year. That's your GCI. That's your gross commission income that you're taking home. So it's super important to make sure that you know where your database is and know how many people are in it, and making sure that you are consistently talking to them to give them the value, so then that way they will then either use you or refer you to somebody else to go ahead and buy or sell.
So thank you. That is why the 201 is so important. If you hit that number and you feed your database regularly, you'll make that income. Okay, so by next Wednesday, please get as much of this info as you can. It will help you get more experience out of it. Here's the next big question. When is your first paycheck of 2025? You can't just start January 1 and say, okay, my 2025 is going to be great. If you don't have something under contract by Thanksgiving, when are you going to get paid first in January? Dave Brousseau, our district manager or our regional operating principal, what he said once is actually 2 years in a row, he's at Christmas with his kids opening gifts and he's smiling on the outside. And he's thinking, I don't have anything under contract for January. That's not where we want you to be. We want you to have a life where Christmas is a bold Christmas, a big Christmas. We want you to be able to schedule and organize your business so that it funds your life. So you got to start doing stuff now. Those of you who just did bold, you're already in the system to get things going for January. Putting it all together. So here's what we're going to try and help you put together on the business planning clinic. What do you want out of your 2025? Not business-wise, what do you want your life to look like? If you want to, screenshot this and get these answers before you get there Wednesday.
We will post this on the internal page so that way you guys can have these slides plus also the pre-work. But please, please, please RSVP so you get the emails leading up to next month.
And these slides are copies of copies, so I'm sorry for the quality of them, but the content is there. Complete your 25 calendar with time off already booked. And I think next year is exciting because I think Christmas and New Year fall in the middle of the week. So you get weekend, holiday. For a teacher, that's the best one because you get a long gap there. And you get to recover from fall. Where and what are my priorities? When do I desire my first closing? January 2 would be awesome. Celebrate New Year's Eve, be a little hungover, go to the closing company, start the year off great. When is the right time to start? What can I do to eliminate distractions? And that's why we looked at all those first things. This is the dumbest distraction we have. How many of you go to bed and then look at it a few more minutes before you go to sleep? And 2 hours later, you're like, why am I down this iFunny or this reel or whatever? We let ourselves get to those points. And so it's not that's what I love about KW. This is called the Business Planning Clinic, but it's more about helping figure out your life for 2025. And just like I said on Greater Heartland, I know the stuff we're teaching will help other people. This is open to any agent anywhere. So if you know, text me, we'll get them signed up. So if you, I know the links are in the Facebook pages and on the chat for the people online. But if you are having trouble finding it, text me. We'll get them in there. We want the stuff we have to help change people's lives. So you got homework for Wednesday. Any thoughts, ideas, ahas from this? Yes, sir.
It's like planting a tree. When's the best time?
20 years ago?
Yeah, 20 years ago. And it's the next best time.
Right now.
Yeah, that's it. Better get started.
So if you've never done a business plan, if you've never done any of that, that's okay. We'll start it simple. It's easy to get it going by January 1. Awesome. Just remember, there's a lot of biscuits and burritos over there as you go. So next week, it'll be the official meeting of Erica Peppers. Rachel's going to interview her. You're going to get to know more about Erica. She's an incredible person, a great history of what she's done already. And so you're going to get a big interview on that. Are you excited for it?
Yes.
Yay. And then you'll see all the different shift books. So 15th, Get Real, Get Right with Blake Cook. Then Carrie Tennis is teaching. Dan Holt, Paulina Nabar, Benice Knight, Trey Watson, Adam Grady, Drew Beatty, Carrie Wersch, Susan Heron, Greater Heartland Summit. Oh, by the way, we have Thanksgiving. We will have a Thanksgiving dinner in here somewhere too. Just be aware of that. Then we have Stacy Lyons and we have a panel on REOs. And my favorite is the Christmas sweater team meeting on December 17th. Wear your pretty or your ugly Christmas sweater if that brings you joy and you want to do it. And we will have a group picture like we do every year. Okay. Thank you for being back here. Thanks for Tuesdays. This is going to go great. We'll try and have something going each week to give you the resources to get out there. Yeah, thank you very much. Couldn't help. Get your homework done. Invite other people. And I know it's early because I've been telling you for the past 2 weeks or 2 months to go have lunch with somebody. Go get coffee with somebody. Visit with somebody. Meet somebody new.